It's our reality, just your average family trying to be normal and stay out of trouble, living a double life.
What's up? Today we got Thundermans, Season 3, Episode 3, Why You Buggin'? Okay, yeah. So this episode starts off as a thunder house where Man asks what's for breakfast. He's got the thunder hunger. Ooh, oatmeal. And Barb says that's not. And then then Max says, what is this stuff? And then Barb says that's walnuts that Chloe chewed up and spit out. And then Barb says, and then Billy says, what? And then Max says, why? And then Chloe says, because it's fun. Again, I love Chloe. Ding, number 2. Yeah, so Max says, just for that, she's taking his toast. Then Chloe teleports after him, saying, not cool, dude, and then teleports out. Phoebe shows up, saying, ha ha ha, this is, that is another good good sports joke or reference. Max says, who is she talking to? And Phoebe says, she's practicing her sports guy talk. Because Link's bringing his friend Quinn from Metroburg. Yay, Link's first appearance of Season 3. Yeah, Link's bringing his friend Quinn from Metroburg. And she really wants to make a good first impression. Max says, he's sure she has nothing to worry about. Phoebe says, thanks. And then Max says, anyone who's friends with Link has low status of friend. Phoebe yells, Chloe, and Chloe comes in, teleports in, kicking Max and teleporting out. Again, love Chloe, but number 3. Wow. 3 I love Max's and 3 I love Chloe's of this season. But it's just so funny that someone could just yell Chloe's name and she could just teleport in and kick someone for them and hurt the person for them. Yeah. Chloe teleports in, stomps on Max's foot, and teleports out. Yeah, that's a kick, but she actually stomps on Max's foot, and Phoebe says thank you, and then she teleports out. See, really weird is that if you're gonna bring in a new character, why not make them a main character? Like, why is Chloe just there for she's there for like a few seconds to say she's there? At least in this episode, she has more screen time, but just weird that she's just there. Anyway, the Thunderman alerts them to Link and Quinn approaching. If he opens the door to see, yeah, Quinn's a girl. Yeah, she thought Quinn was a boy that Link knew, but nope, she's a girl. And then Max says, yeah, she's a girl, and Phoebe says, yeah, she sees that. After the opening, in the A-plot, Phoebe says, it's great to meet Quinn. And asks if she can get Quinn anything to drink. And she says to girl, she means drink. And then Quinn says, no, she's fine. And Link says, sorry they're late. Max tries to hit on Quinn, but then when he learns that Quinn, Max says, and he's in. So, but then when Max says, Link says, when Link says Quinn made them late because she was helping a family of ducks, Max says, and I'm out. Again, I love Max. Ooh, number 4. Quinn says it's so cool to meet Linky's friends, and Phoebe's like, wait, Linky? And then she's like, yeah. Yeah, that's Quinn's nickname for him. And she also had a nickname for him back in his childhood, Quinny Boo Boo Bear. Then Phoebe says, they have a nickname, and then Link's like, I call you Phoebe. Like, Link is so awkward here. Yeah. Yeah. Quinn says it's so cool to meet. Yeah. Quinn says she has to call her aunt. And Link gives Phoebe flowers for their 6-month anniversary. Phoebe says Yeah. And he has a friend who's a girl. Link says he doesn't think Quinn is a friend. He doesn't think Quinn is a girl. He and Quinn became friends because they were kids raised as they were kids who were raised by villain parents. Their parents used to call themselves the Frightening Four, and then Phoebe says, "Wait a minute, Quinn's parents are Insecto and Beetle Girl." But Link says he just calls them Mr. and Mrs. Murphy. Phoebe says they were bug freaks who attacked the Metro Bird Mango Festival. Link says they go crazy for mango. Luckily, Hank thought fast and hosed them down with hot sauce. Phoebe says, well, good thing Thunderman doesn't go anywhere without his hot sauce. Tank of hot sauce. Then Hank says, off to check the mail with a tank of hot sauce on his back. Link says, Quinn's not like her parents at all. No bug powers and as sweet as can be. Yep. This is where I have a problem with the episode, is that Link is really dumb. If I had a best friend who had villain parents, I would be suspicious of the kid. I would want to be suspicious if they were evil. But no, Link's not. He thinks that Quinn is not evil and does have bug powers. Yeah, I would be suspicious of her, Link. I would. You should be too. But for some reason, this episode doesn't make you suspicious for the plot, which is dumb. But I would be suspicious if he is a best friend who was raised by supervillains. I guess Link thinks because he was raised by a supervillain and he's good, Quinn's good too. But I'd be suspicious of her, Link. Anyway. Yeah. Phoebe says she seems great. And Link says that's why he likes Phoebe. That's why he likes Phoebe so much. Not just boning her body. Link, you should have out of last episode. She was jealous of... Yeah, what is this thing? Like, Link doesn't think Phoebe's jealous when in reality, in the last episode, she was jealous of... Yeah, Phoebe says she has no jealous bone, but literally last episode, she was jealous of Cherry and Max, so don't give me that, Phoebe. You're not cool bones, you're jealous bones. Yeah, Phoebe, your bones aren't perfectly cool. Yeah. So Phoebe decides to give her the name Cool Bone, and Quinn comes in obviously angry or upset and knocking over a birdhouse and pretends to be sorry about it. Phoebe, she tells Link to get a broom, and he does, and Phoebe says it's silly. It's a silly birdhouse. Let her help. Quinn says thanks and says, by the way, the birdhouse won't be the only thing she'll be breaking up while she's here. Phoebe says, what? Excuse me? And then Quinn says, she and Link belong together, and the only she and Link belong together, and the only person in the way is Phoebe. So yeah, showing that yes, she is mean. Again, Link, bro, you should have been suspicious. Come on, Link. You're not suspicious that Quinn is evil. Nope. He's not, because Link is acting like he's a drug addict. I feel like for some reason, Link feels like he's on the Kool-Aid, sipping the Kool-Aid. Link's sipping the Kool-Aid if he thinks that this girl isn't evil. Obviously, she's mean to Phoebe, but Link doesn't hear any of it throughout the entire episode. Yeah, it goes... Yeah. Link says he got the broom, and Quinn says Phoebe can fix it. They gotta leave because their aunt is waiting for them. Link tells Phoebe to come with them to Scrunchy tomorrow, and Quinn nicely says, but obviously fakingly nice, says, come with. And Phoebe says, sure. See you, cool bones. Then behind Link's back, she makes a broken heart. She makes a broken heart with her hands. Yep, this girl is obviously bad news, and if Link doesn't see it, he's drinking the Kool-Aid. He definitely is drinking that Kool-Aid. Meanwhile, in the B plot, Hank Hank says, Billy, Nora, do you know why they asked them up here? Billy says he didn't miss it. He drank Barb's. Yeah. He drank Barb's shampoo. It just looks so green and refreshing. Nora says it's true. They've got to see the video. Barb says that they'll talk about that later, but they want to thank them for being so great about sharing a room ever since they put Chloe in Billy's old room. Hank says, as a reward, they worked all day and redesigned their rooms. They go in and Nora says, no way, this is the coolest room ever. Billy says he calls the bed that says Billy because just Billy's not smart, we get it. But I still believe that Billy isn't smart because of the fact that Barb dropped him out of the sky as a baby. I believe that. Yeah. Barb says they're glad they liked it. And come on, Chloe, it's time for Chloe's nap. Chloe says she wants to nap in Billy and Nora's room. Barb says, doesn't Chloe want to nap in her own room? Chloe says no because there's a monster. Hank says a monster, and Billy says, let him and Nora handle it, kid to kid. Nora says they used to be in Chloe's shoes. Seriously, Chloe is wearing Nora's old shoes, which is a kind of good joke. That literally the shoes that Nora used to wear are now Chloe's. That's kind of a good joke, but take it from them. There's no such thing as monsters, and Billy says there never will be, there never been, and there never will be. Seeing from this show that went from saying aliens exist one episode to say last season to now saying they don't exist in another, I don't buy this show one bit. They lost my trust with what's believing in this show, which exists and which doesn't. Hank says, except the Huggy Monster, and of course Chloe screams because Chloe screams and runs to Nora, and Barb says, "What were you thinking?" Yeah, like bro, yeah, Hank, what were you thinking? Your daughter was literally talking about monsters, and you have to say the Huggy Monster, like bro. Which of course scares Chloe because it's literally, of course it scares Chloe because it's literally she's afraid of monsters now. Thanks, Hank. You traumatized your daughter. Well, Hank is showing more and more this season like he's really incapable of being a parent now. He literally in the first episode, He literally had Chloe hold an anvil, which made her fall over, and almost forgot about her almost forgot that she fell over until she mentioned that she was down there. And now in this episode, Chloe mentions that she's afraid of monsters, and he's literally saying that he's afraid of and he's saying the Huggy Monster, which of course scares her, and she wants Nora, which is nice, but And Hank says, but Barb says, what were you thinking? And Hank says, Billy drank the shampoo, and Hank runs away. Meanwhile, in the A-plot, Max is later. Clausen and Max are playing headbands, and Phoebe says she needs to talk to Max about how Quinn's a mean girl. Max says, why is she telling him? Why not Link? And Phoebe says she can't, because he'll think she's a jealous girlfriend. But if he sees Quinn being mean to Phoebe again, he'll know she's bad news. And since Max is always being mean to Phoebe, he thought he could get the ball rolling. Max says he'd love to help her, but just kidding. He'd hate to help her. I love Max. Ding. Phoebe says he'd rather glue cards. Phoebe says he'd rather glue cards on his head than help his sister. Then, thanks a lot. Then Colossus says, get back to the game. And then Phoebe says, you're a horse. Max is a horse and Colossus is a pineapple. And he says, really? Meanwhile, in the B plot, Billy and Nora are sleeping when they hear a weird noise. Billy tries to wake up Nora, but it doesn't work until he says, "Look, 3 bows," and she says, "Where?" Which is a kind of, again, another funny joke in this B plot that literally Nora is the only way that you can wake up Nora on this show is if you say there's a bow thing. Nora, Billy says he thinks he saw a monster under the bed, and Nora says, "1, never joke. 2, first, never joke about bows, and second, don't be ridiculous." Billy says he's serious. He heard a weird noise, and Nora says she did too, and it won't stop talking. Billy says he's scared. They check under Billy's bed, and then there's nothing. Then they hear weird noise coming from Nora's bed, and then they scream, "Monster!" Then Hank comes in, and they scream, Hot sauce monster!" And Hank says, "What are you guys doing? It's like the middle of the night." Billy says, "Trying to survive," and Nora says there's a monster under his bed. And Hank says, "Oh, I get it. First you told Chloe that there's no such thing as monsters. But now you're just goofing off and making up stories. Staying up late and goofing off. Now get back to bed." They try to tell Hank, but Hank just says, "La la 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 la, good night." And Billy says, "Are they really gonna sleep there tonight?" Nora says, "It's their dream bedroom. What does he think?" Then cut to them sleeping on the couch. Meanwhile, the A-plot as Scrunchies. Phoebe thanks Max for coming, and Max says he's not there for her. He has a random craving for Rocky Road. Phoebe says weird. Then we get a flashback to Phoebe blowing Rocky Road ice cream fumes into Max's lair. Then they say, "Ice cream." There. Then Quinn and Link show up, and Phoebe says, Look at her. Look at Quinn hiding behind in the backfield trying to intercept her boyfriend." Max says, "Nice football analogy," and Phoebe says she hates that she knows that. Phoebe says she'll buy 3 scoops if Max can get Quinn to be mean to her in front of Link. Max says, "Phoebe, there's no way a woman's hugging duck is." Then he sees Quinn knock an ice cream out of a girl's hand and then stomps on it. Then Max says he thinks he's in love now. Phoebe says she told her that Quinn was bad, and Max says she's not bad. She's heartless and callous, and Quinn will be his. Phoebe says that could work. If Max gets Quinn to fall for him, she'll forget about Link. Max says that could work. If Max can get Quinn, if that could work, Max can get Quinn to fall for him, and she'll forget about Link. Max says, "Hey guys," and Link says he didn't know Max was coming, and Phoebe says she invited him. "You know how Max loves how much Max says Quinn's eyes," and Phoebe says she was gonna say ice cream, but creepy works. Max says, "How long is Quinn going to be in town? Maybe he can show her around." Quinn says no. She hasn't seen Linky in a while, so she'd rather be around him. Like, come on. Phoebe says actually her and Link are having their 6th anniversary tomorrow night, so Quinn and Max are free. Quinn says she sees them then, and she'd love to see Max. Make it a double date with Phoebe and Link. Phoebe says, "What?" And Link says, Phoebe won't be jealous if they tag along. Will she, dog Bones?" And Phoebe says, "It's cool, Bones," and she's cool with it. And Link says, if Phoebe's cool with it, then he is. But Link, you're also drinking the Kool-Aid, so yeah, we can't trust anything you say. Link says, "What's everyone having?" And Max says, he'll have a small cone. And Link says, he's buying. And Max says, with $100 credit card. And Quinn tells Phoebe to give it up. Link is hers, so back off or else. And then she says, "Cute shoes." And Phoebe says she's not accept her compliment. But also it's her boyfriend, so why Anyway, the waitress asks Quinn if she wants to sample their mangoes, frozen yogurt, and Quinn says, mangoes, and takes the tray, transforming her head into a CGI bug head, and then eating the mango and the tray. Turning back into her human form and going to the guy. So yeah, again, Link is wrong. She is obviously a supervillain, and she has a bug, and she has a CGI bug head. Again, Link, you are so... He's obviously drinking that Kool-Aid. He obviously is. Meanwhile, the B-plot, Billy and Nora wake up in the morning and say that they finally survived, and they survived. Hank and Barb show up, and Hank saying, what are they doing down here? How have they been sleeping on the couch? And Billy says, they've been sleeping there for the past 2 nights. And then Hank says, maybe them sharing a room was a mistake. Now they're sneaking down here in the night, making up stuff. Nora says they're not making up stuff. There really is a monster. Then Chloe teleports in to say, told ya, then teleports out. Like, I love Chloe, but that was, I guess, but she says, told ya, and teleports out. Or the way she said it. But anyway, yeah. So Barb says, if this has to stop. No more monster truck, or they're gonna have to separate them and have Billy sleeping out. And Billy says, and Nora too? Yes. And Nora says, no. Weren't you even listening? Like, come on, Barb. It's Billy. It's Billy. Don't you know what kind of... Your son isn't that smart. Don't you know that by now? It's been 3 seasons and you still don't get that your son is not smart. Yeah, you still don't get that he's not smart. Yeah. So yes. And Nora says they promised to stop no more monster talk. Then they leave. So then Nora says, let's talk about the monster. Obviously, they need to handle this their own way, and they need one solution. And then Billy says, to move away? And Nora says, no, they need to catch the monster and take their room back. Billy says, right. Then move away. Meanwhile, in the A-plot, at dinner, Quinn says, this place is lovely, and Max says there's only the best for Quinn. Link says, remember their little anniversaries? Remember when Link pays its scrunchies? Now that's their thing now. Link says he's going to check on a little anniversary surprise set up for them, which is less of a surprise. Yeah, Link, if you're going to say that, then don't say, if you're going to go check on it, then don't tell Phoebe it's a surprise. This dude, he's been dating her for like 6 months now, and he's like, Link says, yeah. Phoebe says she has the best boyfriend, and then Quinn says, oh yeah, to think, the cab driver thought she and Quinn and Link were the couple. And Phoebe says, well, Quinn was sitting on Link's lap, and Quinn says, well, she was giving Phoebe time for her to fix her makeup, but Phoebe's fine. Delaying his hair is forgiving. Link says, wait a minute, and Phoebe says, so much. And Link says, their table is ready. Phoebe tells Max to remember the plan. Make Quinn fall for him so she'll lose interest in Link. Max says, why does Phoebe keep talking like they're in this together? He's just trying to, as Phoebe just said, make Quinn fall for him so she'll lose interest in Link. Then Phoebe gives a look like, bro, I already told you this plan. You don't have to re-say it. Because yeah. Phoebe, yeah. Now it's time to put on his flirt face. Step aside, because it might get beautiful. Let's call this the Violet Tiger. The Violet Tiger. And Phoebe says, is he not sure it's called the Constipating Kitten? Okay. Why would they allow that on your network? Why would you allow a constipation joke on your show? I know that some shows have a lot of adult jokes like this, but to allow it on your network is insane. A constipation joke. I know a lot of shows have an adult humor that kids don't get to until they're adults, like me. I didn't get this constipation joke until I was finishing this last night and was like, wow, this is a constipation joke. Why would they allow that on the network? Quinn says, it's humid out here. Good thing she brought a pocket fan. She asks Link for help. Then we see Quinn in slow motion, and Phoebe said, hurry it up. It's a dinner, not a photo shoot. And that's where this video's background comes from. That scene. And I just liked it because I just used it for the video because look, the smile that Link gives here is so creepy. It could be memeable. Like the way that Link smiles here and the way that it just looks so memeable, I laughed. It was just so funny. I was like, I have to use it in this video because it looks so memeable. It looks so memeable. Link's looking at Phoebe like, eh. Like, it's so funny. Like, it's just so funny. I had to use it. and also. But anyway, yeah, it's so weird that Max, yeah, it's Phoebe's like, this is not a photo shoot. And then we see Max taking pictures before Phoebe telekinetically knocks his phone down. Phoebe says, why don't they all sit together? Link says, how does he turn it off? Quinn says, easy, watch, and then turns the fan on to Phoebe. Link stops the fan, and Max says he likes Quinn's mean streak. But Quinn obviously pretends like she has no idea what he's talking about. Link says, why don't he toast to Phoebe and Max, his and Phoebe's anniversary, and tells Max to get the water. Max telekinetically does, but Quinn pushes his arm or something, causing all the water to dump on Phoebe. And Quinn says, Phoebe, it's not too bad. That's too bad. At least it wasn't one of her nice dresses. Shade. Meanwhile, in the B plot, Nora is setting hot dogs for the monster, and Nora says, let's review the plan. The monster will enter the room, get attracted by the hot dogs. By the hot dogs. Then the copy of Fashion Monster magazine. He trips the trap, the net will fall on him, and then Nora lasers the daylights out of him. They go to sleep, but someone enters the trap, rigs the trap. They turn on the lights, and Nora's about to laser it when it's revealed. It's Chloe. Yep. When they see, it's just Chloe. Yeah. Chloe says hi, like it's just funny. She's like, hi. Like, that's funny. And then Nora asks, is that the sound? The sound that they heard was just Chloe's doll. Yeah. The sound that they heard was just Chloe's doll. Nora asks, is that the sound Chloe's doll makes? And then Barb and Hank show up. Hank asks what's going on, and Billy says, Chloe's a monster. Blast her, Nora. Billy, okay. Billy, you totally went from the first episode for not wanting Chloe to stop being Chloe's hero, to now wanting Nora to kill Chloe. How is that possible? Yeah. Barb says Chloe's not a monster and asks Chloe what she's doing. Chloe says her room is scary, and Nora says she gets it. Chloe was teleporting in their rooms at night because she didn't want to sleep in her own. Because she was scared of her own. Hank asks, is that true? Is she afraid to sleep by herself? Chloe says, yeah. And again, as I said, why? Why would this kid is 4 years old? How are they not How are they not supposed to trust that she can sleep by herself? Like, she's 4 years old, guys. Like, she's 4 to 5. I always thought she was 3, but actually she's 4 to 5. She's 4 to 5 years old. How can you not trust that she cannot sleep by herself? And Billy just continues to tell Nora to kill Chloe because this episode's trying to make Billy funny, but him trying to kill Chloe isn't funny. It's just weird. Barb asks Chloe if she wants to sleep in Mommy and Daddy's room / her and Hank's room, and Chloe says yeah, and Barb says Billy can have his old room back for a little while. Nora says they love being roomies. Billy says yeah. Nora blasts his toys in her sleep, and Nora says yeah, in her sleep. Yeah, she definitely tries to. Billy says Chloe can stay with them whenever she wants. And Hank says, geez, why do they have 5 bedrooms when they can all sleep in the same room? Cut to them all sleeping in the same bed, and Chloe and Nora's room, with Hank saying, he was kidding, and Chloe's doll making its weird snarling noises. Okay, and that ends the B-plot. Yep, it was funny. It was a good B-plot, and I like how they give Chloe more focus this episode than in the last episode where she only had 2 scenes. And then the next episode we get another Chloe focused, but still with a Chloe, Billy, Nora focused episode. Chloe, Billy, Nora focused B-plot. But so I guess in the last episode when Chloe said mommy in the last episode, she was sleeping in Hank and Barb's room. Because I thought she was sleeping in Billy's old room, but I guess that she was doing it in this episode. But I guess she sleeps in they all sleep in Billy and Nora's room at the end with Chloe's doll making its weird snarling noises. Meanwhile, in the A plot, Link says all dried off. Phoebe asks Quinn what she's doing, and Quinn says it was much more festive when people switch places. So people switch seats and during dinner. And Phoebe says she does that. She does? That's why they should switch seats again. Look at them being festive. Then Quinn takes Phoebe aside and says, listen, Wonder Girl. She warned Phoebe nothing can stop her from being with Link. Phoebe's not afraid of her, so Quinn says Phoebe should be. She'd be very scary. Then Phoebe shows Phoebe her bug eyes, and Phoebe says, bug eyes? Quinn's going down. And tells Link that she doesn't want him to think she was a jealous girlfriend, but Quinn's a bug villain, and a bug villain like her parents. Max says, a bug villain? Run away with him. Which is funny. Quinn says, why would Phoebe say such a hurtful thing? Link says, maybe the double date was a bad idea. Phoebe said, it wasn't her idea for the double date, it was Quinn's. And then he says, maybe he should take Quinn home. And then he says, wait, you don't believe her? Yeah. Phoebe can't believe Link doesn't believe her. And then Max sprays manga. So then they spray. Yeah, then Phoebe replaces Max's. Phoebe sees Also, there's a cool trick where Max is able to use his telekinesis on a waiter to make him speak gibberish, which is a kind of a cool ability. I wish they would use more. I didn't know that I thought that they could only lift people up. I didn't know that their telekinesis had effect on people's speech. This is never brought up again, but it's kind of a cool effect that Max was able to make the waiter speak gibberish with his telekinesis. So Max is able to give the guy Phoebe sees mango salad and switches Max's half-eaten crab leg with a mango salad. Max says, Phoebe, what is she doing? And Phoebe says, Quinn can't resist mango. So yeah, Quinn says, Quinn wants to go, and Phoebe's not being herself. And Phoebe says, Quinn hasn't had her dinner. And then Quinn turns into her Then Quinn transforms into her CGI bug head and eating the mangoes and salad and plate in the plate. Link says, Quinn, and says, what is happening? And Phoebe says, oh, I know. This is where you realize that your girlfriend was right about your best friend being a bug villain. Again, Link was really drinking the Kool-Aid this episode. Yeah. So then Phoebe attacks Max. So Phoebe puts, yeah. Phoebe said, Max says, why is Quinn looking at her like that? And then Link says, don't worry, Max. They only go crazy when they see when they smell mangoes. And then Max says, that'd be bad because he sprayed it all over his face. So then she attacks him, but Phoebe's able to use some hot sauce to throw it down Quinn's CGI bug throat, transforming her back to normal. Link says he's sorry he didn't believe Phoebe and ruined their anniversary dinner. Phoebe says you didn't ruin it, Quinn did. And Phoebe says since Quinn knows where they live, Phoebe is gonna have to hand Quinn over to the Hero League for memory wiping. Which Phoebe arrests Quinn, and Quinn says she'll never forget Link. And Phoebe says, yeah, you will in about 40 minutes. Max says, you're still like the captain? Boring? Max says, he never liked her anyway. You flying freak? And then he asks Link if Quinn has a sister. Then Link just walks away. And that's how the episode ends. Okay. That was your bugging. I really had a lot of problems with this episode's A plot. The B plot was pretty funny, and the fact is that the whole sound building we're hearing was just Chloe's doll was an interesting development. It's still weird that Chloe pretended to not. Chloe said "told you" when she said there was a monster, despite her knowing that the thing that they thought they were hearing was her monster, was her doll. That's really weird. But anyway, yeah. And I don't think we ever see Billy North's roomy bedroom again. But yeah, that was a good Chloe episode. And it was not Chloe episode, but it was a good Chloe B plot. And it's the first B plot she's actually been in since she joined the series. And yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. And the A plot kind of was not very good. Link kind of came off as too gullible and too drinking the Kool-Aid, and he kind of came off as too unbelievable. Like Quinn was saying all the stuff that she was saying to Phoebe in public, but Link couldn't hear it. That can't happen. Like Link was so gullible and so deceived or whatever. He could not hear his friend say mean stuff to his girlfriend, even though she was in a public place talking out loud. But anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time for episode 4, Exit Stage Theft. I'll see you next time.